Welcome to Star Wars Day at Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, December 21st, 2015. Let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Apparently, Lukas Osladil asked Santa to keep his body fat at bay over this holiday weekend. This was a truly successful year for the Czech native, who flew way under the radar for the early part of the season, until he popped up looking super impressive post-Olympia, before going on to win the Phoenix Pro and take second at the Diana Cadot Classic. Osladil has the sort of round muscle attached to a classic X-frame that can do some major damage, and when you factor in his ability to get that sort of nasty ripped conditioning that stands heads and shoulders above the competition, you've got one dangerous competitor. With a few pounds of muscle carefully added to the right places, Ospital could certainly snag a few more victories next season. Don't let the fact that he's hung up his posing trunks fool you, because four-time Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler is still sporting one hell of a physique. Over the weekend, one of the greatest ambassadors the sport has ever seen released a few new candid gym photos, showing off a physique that most men in their 40s would kill for. When he isn't busy taking over the world, one business deal at a time, or putting on shows to promote the growth of the sport at the grassroots level, Jay still manages to find the time to grind out some of his legendary, intense training sessions that turned him into one of the greatest of all time. Both on and off the stage, Cutler is the living embodiment of what consistency and following your dreams can achieve, and the legacy he'll leave behind will certainly extend far beyond that of a few Sandow trophies. After taking the entire 2015 season off to grow and to improve, last year's NPC Nationals welterweight champion Santi Aragon has announced that he'll be making his long-awaited pro debut. Late last week, Aragon released a few early progress photos, 15 weeks out from the Miami Pro, where the Florida native will look to square off against some of the 212's best in the early part of the contest season. At the moment, Aragon is currently sitting at a cool 192 pounds and looks like he should be right on track to march into Miami and show the judges what he's been up to over these last few months. In the past, we've seen Aragon get in flat-out nasty conditioning, and if he can bring that to the stage, along with all that newly added muscle, things should get real interesting in the 212 division. As we've seen far too often over the years, sometimes in bodybuilding, bigger is not always better. But every once in a while, one of those rare monsters comes along who just seems to be able to get bigger and freakier each and every year, which certainly seems to be the case for Paolo Almeida. After earning his IFBB Pro card and cracking the top 10 on an IFBB stage in his pro debut, all in the same calendar year, Almeida set his sights on having one monster offseason. And so far, it's been mission accomplished. The freak is currently tipping the scales at a monstrous 300 plus pounds and doesn't look like he's had to sacrifice his lines to do it. With a few more months to continue growing into his massive frame, when he hits the stage early next season, things are going to get real ugly. Look out, Columbus, Ohio. Juan Morel is headed your way in about 12 weeks to get the party started. Late last week, Morel officially announced that he'll be bringing his talents to the Arnold Classic, where he'll set foot on the hallowed ground that has churned out some of the sport's greatest champions. The Arnold Classic is always an event to behold, but with the additions of Kai Green and Juan Morel to the mix over the last few weeks, things have gotten suddenly a whole heck of a lot more exciting. Juan Diesel is a force of nature in his own right, but with the lineup of the world's best bodybuilders, Morel will have to be at his all-time best for a chance at the title. And on another note, I'd like to congratulate Juan and his wife Karen on the birth of their daughter Isabella this past weekend. And for all you haven't seen Star Wars The Force Awakens yet, it's time to get your butt to a movie theater near you, because as we find out, without the Jedi, there can be no balance in the Force. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. Check out IronMagLabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
guys, it's Stevie B here. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button below and never miss another RX Muscle show, segment, or update. RX Muscle is #1.